Hello everyone, welcome once again to another video, and in this one we're going to be testing the RTX 4060, and this is the Gigabyte Eagle OC model of the GPU, and we're going to be testing it inside of Ghost of Tsushima. So here are the specs. As you can see, 8 gigabytes of GDDR6 Samsung memory, 552.44 latest NVIDIA driver. As of time I'm recording this video, we have resizable bar turned on inside BIOS, and this is a PCI times 8 card. And over here we have the task manager. We have the 13700KF i7 install, and we have 64 gigabytes of CL36 DDR5 6000 megahertz memory, and we have the RTX 4060, and finally MSI Afterburner. Everything is set to stock except the fan speeds, which I set to manually to 80%. Because this GPU tends to heat up a lot if you leave it on automatic. It goes to 80, even past that sometimes, depending on the load. So let's jump in and check out the frame rates. So here we go, guys. We are inside the menu now at 1080p resolution up first. And we're going to be using TAA anti-aliasing. We're going to go to the graphics settings, and we're going to first try it at high preset. As you can see, no changes I'm going to make there, except motion blur, which I'm going to set to 0, as you can see. So let's jump into the game. And look at that. It doesn't look that great when playing on high preset, though. Oh, those trees are very shimmery when I move. We're getting close to 100 FPS, 90 FPS now. Looking at the sky does give us, wow, 150. And I think we can expect, yeah, 110 in the ground. And look at the GPU temperature. As I was saying in the beginning, that I have to manually set the fans of this GPU to not overheat, or otherwise it goes above 80 if I leave it on auto on MSI Afterburner. Because this Eagle OC variant from Gigabyte has a plastic backplate. I don't know why they did that. Such a bad design, right? Alright, let's stand up. I love doing standoffs. Yeah. Let's go. Let's kill the rest of them. Relax, buddy. Got 2 shields at me. On me. Broke his defense and we attack. Okay. I ain't gonna rescue him because otherwise it's gonna throw me in a big cutscene, which I don't want right now. But as you can see, we are averaging at 95 FPS. This is very, very good experience if you have a 1080p display. And I think we can easily go above 60 FPS at 1440p resolution when we try it with high preset. Okay, let's hide quickly. Don't want to get spotted right now because I'm going to change the settings now. Alright, so up next, I'm going to try very high preset at 1080p. Let's see how this does. And from 95s, we have dropped to 70, which is still great. Another standoff. Come on, attack me. I'm ready. What? What? What was that? I was holding my button. There. It didn't work. I released it one time. I'm really bad at dodging, you know, with keyboard. Oh no, we died there. I didn't notice my health go down. The max FPS there when we went to that black screen, it became 360. But anyway, as you can see, we're getting 70s average, high 70s, pretty much, which is really good in my opinion at very high preset. My horse. This is using DLAA anti-aliasing, by the way. And we're dropping to 60s now in this forest area where these trees are. And high 50. Yeah, I'm gonna get inside the settings now quickly and turn on DLAA. Wow. It did some changes on trees though. Let's check out the FPS now. Not that bad. It doesn't impact that much in performance DLAA. And I think turning on DLAA, the trees were shimmering a lot, or flickering I should say, when using DLAA at distance. Now they are not actually using DLAA, which is really good. I think you should definitely use DLAA. The performance hit is not that bad. Let's jump. You can't go underwater though. You can just swim. Yeah, the shimmeriness of the trees are now gone, completely eliminated using DLAA. That is nice. This game is so beautiful, man. I am already in love with this. I'm streaming this on my channel. I have already played 2 hours of it. And part 1 is complete pretty much. So if you want to watch the live streams, make sure you subscribe. Alright, up next, I'm gonna turn on... I'm gonna leave... okay, we can't leave DLAA on, because I'm gonna be using DLSS quality with very high preset. As you can see, we're set to very high. And we are using DLSS quality. Don't see that much of a difference, except at distance. It becomes slightly blurry when using DLSS. That's with every game, pretty much. But the FPS you get is a lot. That's a huge boost. Straight to 100 from 70s, 60s. This game is really well optimized day one. There's no issues at all. I hadn't have any crashes at all still. I'm like almost 3 hours now into the game. Played like 3 hours and there's no single issue I've found so far. Okay, once again, I'm gonna head back inside. I'm gonna disable DLSS, leave DLAA on, go to graphics, and now I'm gonna change all these options to their maximum settings or option I can choose. Like this one goes to ultra. Very high preset is not the maximum you can go. So yeah, let's try it at maxed settings, native 1080p. And close to a 60. I'm pretty sure it's gonna drop to 440s in many areas. I'm gonna surprise attack him. I failed horribly at that. But as you can see, it's still playable, but we're in this open area. That's where we're getting a lot more FPS. If you go near houses and where there are people, it's gonna drop a lot. As you can see, already we're inside this foresty area and it's dropping to 40s. There's fog as well. In the open areas, you see a lot of FPS, as you can see right now. Water doesn't affect it that much. Let's go to that bamboo forest over there, because that's where we saw the most drop in performance. And also, it's evening right now. There we go. As you can see, that's a massive hit in FPS. Suddenly, it drops to 40s in this area. And if I go out again, even the frame time increased to 22 from 12. It doubled almost. Once I go out, I don't know, I'm outside. It's still not increasing. Yeah, it's increasing slowly. And frame time's dropping now slowly. Finally, I'm gonna enable DLSS quality. And this is maxed graphics settings, by the way. As you can see, everything is at maximum settings. So maxed with DLSS quality, we are getting 70s. Higher 60s, 69 FPS right there. This is quite playable with DLSS quality. If you want to experience this game at its maximum graphics, I recommend you use DLSS quality with a 4060, because otherwise you're going to be dropping in those 40 FPS, which is not nice. Because DLSS isn't that much bad. The implementation is really good and well done as well. The game supports FSR3 as well. In this forest, we're dropping to 50s. Yeah, you won't see those 40s that often using DLSS. One more thing I have to try, I forgot completely, is frame generation. Let's enable that DLSS frame generation. I'm going to leave DLAA on. So as you can see, 1080p DLSS frame generation, maximum graphics settings. And we are getting like 61, 62. And the input lag is also not that much noticeable as well. It's quite playable with frame generation. I think this is the best frame generation implementation I've seen so far in any game, probably. I don't know, I might be wrong. But the titles which I have played, this seems like the best one with frame generation implemented. Finally, I'm going to enable DLSS quality on top of frame generation at maximum graphics settings, as you can see. Let's see how far it can go. Look at that. 80, 90 FPS. It's pretty much going to go across 100. Yep. We can easily get 190 average on this. And it still looks nice, even at 1080p with DLSS quality and frame generation. Still look nice as well. There's not that much degrade in image quality. I'm surprised, really. Amazing. Alright, now we are at 1440p resolution. As you can see, we are using DLAA. There's no reason to use DLAA. DLAA is far superior, I think. Now we go to graphics. We're on high preset right now, and SSAO, screen space ambient occlusion for it. And let's jump in. As you can see in high preset, we are getting 50 FPS in this area, but there's a lot going on. So we will probably dip down to 40s, as you can see. This area is very intensive. But I think when we go to the open areas, we're going to get close to 60 or maybe past 60. But it looks really, really good. I was expecting 60 FPS all the time, not gonna lie. As I said when I started the video at 1080p resolution, but seems like it's not the case. I was slightly off. We're getting higher 50s most of the time. That looks gorgeous. As you can see, now we're hitting 60 plus right now. When I look down there, it's gonna drop. And by the way, I'm running this game at borderless settings right now because at 1440p, my capture card cannot capture anything. It just stays black if I make it exclusive full screen. So we are just losing 2 FPS for that. So just to add 2 FPS to the average, and that is 57 we're getting currently. Right, let's head inside real quick. And we're gonna go to graphics and switch it to very high right now. As you can see, very high preset with DLAA. Okay, that's a huge drop in my opinion. From high 50s. Oh, it's now okay. That was not the final FPS. It was still applying. And we're getting 46 looking down there. And in the jungle, we'll probably get 50. Let's see. 45, yeah, it's increasing. Not sure what's going on. Very unpredictable at times. Yeah, I think we won't see 60 FPS using this very high preset at 1440. But we might see 50 here and there. Really like the weather and day-night cycle system in this game. It's obviously dynamic, but it's done really well. Jump down. Go down there to see the FPS actually. So low 40s we're getting. This is still playable, but I feel like in very intense action situations where there are a lot of enemies, I feel like it's gonna drop really hard, maybe in the 30s. So for that, we need the help of DLSS quality. Switch on DLSS quality at very high preset. And now we hit the 60 FPS mark. Pretty much 60. This is a very intense area, so we're hitting 60 in that, which is really good. So drops will be like high 50s, mid 50s. You won't see 40s most likely anywhere. No. We don't need anything. So we are averaging 64 FPS. As I said, add 2 FPS to the average for the borderless mode. There's a huge stutter there. Yeah, these are the kind of stutters which happen really rarely in this game. You won't really see them that often. Okay, I'm gonna turn on frame generation now. This is, or let's do one thing. Let's turn on. Let's do maximum settings first. Ultra, volumetric fog, HPAO plus, and this is with DLSS quality. Maximum settings are maxed out pretty much. Is it applied yet? Probably. Yeah, 30 FPS. Not the experience you would like to have. We will see insane drops to 20s. 34 FPS average so far, and that's where it's gonna stay mostly. Let's climb up this place. As you can see, 32, the frame time is really bad. It's smooth at least. There's no stutters. We are using 7 gigabytes of VRAM. Okay, now I'm gonna turn on frame gen with this on top of DLSS. Yeah, maxed out DLSS quality with frame generation turned on. We're getting 55, 56. And trust me, the frame generation in this game is not even that bad. It's done really good. As there is no noticeable input delay. As I was saying, this is the best frame generation, DLSS frame generation implementation I have seen probably so far. There's literally no input delay. Maybe if you disable DLSS, we might see some noticeable delay or input lag. But overall, it's really a great experience. You can pretty much play like this with frame gen, DLSS quality on maximum settings. Even the image quality doesn't degrade that much. Alright, so finally at 4K resolution, we are gonna test this with DLAA. And we are at first on very low, not high, sorry, very low preset. And as you can see, it looks horrible, the game. Look at those leaves from close up. Not good. Like, obviously this is very low, the lowest it can go. All the immersion is killed with these settings. But at least it's playable at 4K. I know that no one should use a 4060 for 4K gaming at this point. It's not meant for 4K. It's not even meant for 1440p, to be honest, as per Nvidia, because it's totally a 1080p GPU. But it can run a few games here and there at 1440p, as you just saw with this game. It can run it really nice, especially with the help of DLSS and frame generation also, if you want to use that. But yeah, we're gonna drop to 30. Maybe we can hit that 60 FPS with DLSS quality. And 39 FPS we are averaging, and this is currently running at full screen exclusive, not borderless anymore, so the numbers you see are the actual numbers pretty much. Okay, I'm gonna go head inside and turn on DLSS quality. Might need to use DLSS balanced as well. Maybe not, at least for not on very high, I mean very low. We are hitting 60 there. Okay, DLSS quality, very low preset. VRAM usage is well below 6 gigabytes. even at 4K, though we are playing at very low. We are averaging 64, which is really, really great to see. Okay, I'm gonna leave DLSS on because we're gonna need that in every setting at 4K. We're gonna switch to low. Much difference in FPS though. Switching to low from very low. Looks still, I mean, it looks slightly better, much better, I would say, from very low, but there's not that huge performance hit though on the frame rate. So I think I would much more recommend low. I'll see medium how that goes, then I'll recommend. I don't think we'll stay at 60 plus on medium. There's no way. VRAM usage is still hovering around that 6 gigs mark. Water looks crap. Okay, let's head inside and change it to medium settings preset. And there we go. It dropped below 60, as you can see. But it looks way better than low. See the water. Still looks crap on medium. Yeah, this is still playable, I would say, but you will see those huge drops to 40 in action scenes. So I think low with DLSS quality is the way to go. Let's finally check high as well. So high with DLSS quality. Now we're dropping to the 40 FPS, as you can see. Only because of the frame time, it's very smooth, the game. So you can still play it this way if you want, if you don't mind that subpar 60 FPS frame rate. Okay, let's check out very high as well. Very high with DLSS quality at 4K, 40 FPS. It looks way better now. Obviously, we can go to max settings, but I don't think I'm going to try that. It cannot take now. The frame time is gonna go up and down now because of the VRAM. We're out of VRAM, and, because it's running on very high textures, pretty much. So we need more VRAM for that, especially at 4K. Right? Okay, I'm also gonna try this with DLSS balanced at very high. See where it takes us. Didn't really affect that much. Expected at least 50 FPS there. Didn't do anything. Almost nothing. Balanced DLSS. Don't know if it's broken or not, because this is the first time I'm trying balanced DLSS actually. also enable frame gen. I'll leave it to quality then and turn on frame gen DLSS. That crashed my game is most likely because of the VRAM. Because when you enable frame generation, if you are low on VRAM, it's gonna crash. So that's the reason. I don't think we're gonna use that at 4K frame gen. Okay, so that crash froze my PC for a while. We are back inside the game, so this is gonna be the last setting to test. We are at DLSS balanced and we are at high preset, and I think this is the most playable one. With good looking graphics, at the same time you get good FPS as well. You stay near 60 most of the time. And at times it will drop to like high 40s, but those are acceptable, I think, on a GPU like this, especially when you are playing at 4K if you have a 4K monitor. And you won't notice much of a difference in image quality also by using DLSS balanced. But you cannot use frame gen, it's gonna crash on this GPU because it doesn't have enough VRAM, and frame gen uses extra VRAM when you enable it, and this GPU doesn't have that, so it's gonna crash. So maybe if you have a 12 gig RTX 3060, or even though that one has FSR3 frame gen, not DLSS, it might work. I'm not sure about that. Would like to test that on my 3060 Ti, but that's the 8 gig card, that's the problem again. As you can see, we are averaging close to 60s, 57, and you will see those occasional drops in action scenes to 40s. So anyways guys, this will be it for this one. Do leave a like on this video and subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys on the next one. Till then, take care and bye bye.